Brittaney Reynolds, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is a wild story you have.
Yeah.
Especially like being local here. So quick background before we jump into the story, just to give listeners a little background. When you were 13, someone broke into your house. You lived with your mom, killed your mom, killed your mom's boyfriend.
Yep.
You escaped.
Yeah. With a friend.
With a friend. Okay. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're going to loosen up a little bit, though, on a lighter note. What's life like right now for you? I mean, I read a little bit that you sent me, and you, your husband, 2 kids?
Three
kids.
We have 2 girls and a boy, and
Okay.
we are living the American dream. I mean,
Yeah, sounded like
I get to stay home. My husband works a full-time job, and then he comes home, and we work our farm together.
Yeah.
We have a very small farm. We call it a farm. Legally, we can call it a farm because of how many acres.
Yeah.
But real farmers would chuckle at us. We have a couple cows. We have a couple horses, goats, pigs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things, and we are now working on a farm store. Not like selling feed for the animals, but selling human products that really like your grocery store is just not hitting the mark on.
Yeah.
We want to bring you nice farm fresh eggs that are pasture raised. We have raw milk that we are permitted to sell for pet use. We drink our milk. We have our neighbors raise grass-fed and finished 100% certified beef.
Oh,
we
wow.
carry that, and we have recently started carrying bison. Along with my kids have a mobile lemonade stand that we established 3 years ago, Lynn Sisters Lemonade. They do the Milton Farmers Market. So they're who gave us the courage, actually, to start this adventure. And we built on to that. So they've been extremely successful, and we've been able to tap into that as well.
Are you guys going to harvest bison?
I'm
I'm always looking for bison. Nobody around here has
We
it.
talked about it. There is somebody that like is local in this area. 2 different people, but they ask you to buy like a half or whole bison, and that's just so much meat. I mean, think about the size of a bison.
Well, I usually get half a cow every year.
So our neighbor does that also,
Yeah.
where we sell just cuts. She sells, or they sell big portions of what they've got. So
I would probably get we get half a cow. We get some pretty good cuts, and then we do a lot of ground.
We actually sold the cuts way before we sold the ground, which we were stunned because we eat a lot of ground. My husband is an avid hunter, and we eat so much venison. Pretty much every day we have at least one meal that's venison.
Yeah.
So we butcher our own deer also. So we go through a massive amount of that. And there's really nothing like having that fresh fresh meat. So I get the like going through so much cow.
Well, that's why
it's
I like
just cheaper for deer for us.
That's why I like the cow, because throughout the year it's cheaper than the grocery store, and it's just it's fresh.
Yep.
It's straight from the farm to the butcher to my house. You know,
it doesn't get much better. So the source that we're using, it is all family run. So the people who are growing it are also selling it, and then it's coming to us, and it's right out of Cape May. So it's actually closer than most of the farms here are by water.
Yeah.
So
take the ferry over, pick it up. Yeah.
So it's local. It's just not. We're not raising them yet.
Yeah.
It's something that we talked about.
Interesting.
It's if we want to do more work.
Yeah. And then your kids have a lemonade stand they do?
They do. Yeah. Lynn Sisters Lemonade. We have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they kill it.
That's awesome.
They kill it.
They set it up at the house?
No, we go to the farmers
markets. Okay.
We have a horse trailer that we've turned into a mobile unit that goes right into town and sells it. They have a business. We have a business license for them and everything. So they have an actual.
That's awesome.
They're homeschooled, so it's part of their homeschooling curriculum is to be entrepreneurs, learn marketing and finance, and they've been doing so good. And responsibility. I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So.
What got you into the homeschooling? I'm interested in that because a friend of mine, he lives out in Idaho, and he homeschools his kids, and they love it.
I guess for us, it was a lot of, well, one, we're Christians, and I also believe that we should be I believe that God has a place in your home. I also believe that God has a place in your life every single day.
Yeah.
And I think that schools are kind of getting away from that. So that was big for us. Number 2 was when I had my first daughter, she's 9, we decided that I was going to stay home with her and I was going to do the raising. And once we got into it, I was like, why would I send her somewhere else to feed into her?
Right.
If somebody's going to pour into her, it should be us.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm not like the most educated person in the world, but I'm pretty knowledgeable and I can get her at least through arithmetic and, you know, reading and comprehension. So at least for those lower things, I wanted to be the one that did it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to hone in on what she needed help with. There's a lot of people getting left behind and they're just pushing them through because, and I don't blame the teachers, you know, I don't really necessarily blame anybody. I think it's just a product of the system that we've created.
Yeah.
And the more that I homeschool, the more I'm like, I was not taught correctly. There are things that were just totally wrong.
Yeah.
Misled.
Yeah.
Omission. There was a lot of that. I didn't know who America was named after until I started teaching my kids.
Yeah.
Amerigo Vespucci. Like, I didn't even know that name.
Yeah.
So for me, it was if somebody was going to mess my kid up because everybody's like, oh, you might mess them up. I'm like, they're getting messed up in school. It might as well be me.
Yeah, right.
I might as well get to spend every second with my kids while they actually like me and want to be around me.
Yeah. And they're getting to do so much at home with the farm and business. And
right. I mean, and it doesn't. The other thing is it does not take 6 to 8 hours a day to teach your children. If you actually sit down and do like, this is our book time.
Yeah.
This is when you're sitting down and you're doing these particular things. And then the rest of the day is you're learning responsibilities. You're learning how to cook. You're learning how to clean. You're learning how to do checks and watch mom drop money at the bank and watching us run our business and helping us run our business. Like, those are the things that you don't learn in school that really help you be successful. Yeah. It's like going to business school and having a teacher teach you how to own a business that's never owned a business.
Yeah, I get that.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, why would I take advice from someone who hasn't been there? Why not live it?
Yeah.
So right now, my kids are living it. They're going to learn by doing.
Yeah.
So that was a big drive for us.
How old's your oldest?
9.
9?
Yep, 9.
That's cool.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's so smart.
Yeah.
She's so sweet. I mean, she's not jaded, you know. She doesn't say weird things like 6, 7 because she's not in public school. Like,
all the stuff
it's so fun.
Yeah, normal English. Yeah.
Yes, she is on a travel ball team, so she's starting to pick up some of those really funny things, and I'm like, I don't love that. And I get why my parents made fun of me when we had other stupid slang.
Oh, I see that now too. Yeah, I see that now too.
Like, oh, they were right.
Yep. I found this to be interesting. So you got married, had your first kid, and your husband was in police academy in the same year.
Yes.
That is a lot.
Yes.
So
it was. We had planned our wedding for 2016.
Yeah.
That was not the surprise. The surprise was that I had gotten pregnant when he was home from the police academy on weekends.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, in case people don't know, at the Delaware State Police, at least then, I don't know what the setup is now, they were able to come home on Friday nights. And they're home until Monday mornings. So he was home every weekend, and unplanned by us, planned by God, we ended up pregnant with my first child, Raylan, and she's been the biggest blessing ever. But it was we call it our record year. Yeah. Conveniently, Eric Church's record year came out that year. We were like, yep, it definitely is. We 100% are having our record year. Damn. Marriage, baby, and graduating from the police academy all in the same year was awesome. I mean, it was a lot.
Because then he gets out of police academy, he's on shift work, he's on training, and now you have a newborn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
He jokes all the time that our first 2 kids didn't even know who he was. They were like, they didn't like me. They didn't know who I was. And now he's on a different schedule. Yeah. So he's on 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, normal people's schedule. He's home for holidays. My son is, Daddy is so awesome. He's like, you're the first one that's liked me. And I'm like, he's the first one you've been a consistent every day. Not that he wasn't involved with our kids. He's always been a great dad.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was days where you didn't see him because on nights, you're sleeping during the day. Yeah. Even though you're home, especially that first day back off.
Oh, yeah.
You're just sleeping.
Yep.
And you have one day with him, and then you got to like reset your schedule and go take your nap or whatever. So Dad was there, but he like wasn't able to really be there as much as he wanted to be.
You're right,
so
yeah.
it was a learning curve for sure.
Yeah.
But we did it, and it was fun. And thank goodness we were young. I mean, I was 25.
Yeah.
So now I don't know how I would even, I tell him all the time, I'm like, I feel like it gets harder. Each pregnancy has gotten older or harder as I've gotten older.
For sure, yeah.
So starting that and him getting, like if he was getting out of the police academy now, I don't know that I would be able to.
Yeah. It's tough.
Mm-mm.
With
No.
plus with 2 kids.
Plus
on
two
top
kids,
of it.
no.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
It's a totally different, but it was a whirlwind.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good.
A blessing and fun, crazy whirlwind.
Yeah.
But all good.
All right, you ready to dive into this thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's start with where you're from and how you grew up.
So I'm not as married to somebody who is from here and has lived here his whole life. I'm not from here. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say I'm from Harbison because I lived there from the time I was like 1.5, 2.
Yeah.
And I'm 34. So all I know is here, but my family's from Montgomery County, Maryland.
Okay.
I grew up in Harbison. Right in front of Allen's chicken plant. I grew up with the chicken trucks going by, and you just get used to the noise and you get used to the smell.
Yeah.
So I am a Harbison girl. That's
All
what we
right.
used to call ourselves down there. There was quite a bit of us.
Did you go to Central?
I did go to Sussex Central.
Okay.
I went to Southern Delaware School of the Arts for most of my elementary school, and then my mom gave me the decision my 8th grade year. Do you want to go to Sussex Central to see the kids that you'll be in high school with, or do you want to just wait until you're there with them? And I was like, I want to go to Sussex Central. So my 8th grade year, I went to Sussex Central Middle, and then I went through the high school also.
Yeah. So when you were growing up, did you live with your mom and dad for a while?
When I was what? I'm sorry.
When you were growing up, did you live with your mom and dad?
Yeah. So my dad moved here. My mom and dad both moved together from Maryland to here and moved into an old farmhouse in Harbison.
Yeah.
And then when I was 6, my mom had a stillbirth. My little brother had passed. And then 7, by the end of 6, going into my 7th year of life, they had divorced.
Yeah.
So for the first 6.5 years of my life, my parents were together and they lived in Harbison together.
Okay.
Then my dad remarried and he started a family still in Delaware. You know, he wasn't far, and I would visit him every other weekend. And then my mom had started dating and ended up with not the best human.
All right.
When I was 7, yeah.
When you were 7?
About 7 years old, yeah. I'm a little rough on the actual age.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like 7.5.
So what was your mom like? Was she?
Oh my gosh. You can pretty much ask anybody and they will tell you she was bubbly, she was fun, she was sweet, she was kind, she was fierce. She wouldn't let you walk all over her.
Yeah.
So really surprising, the story I'm about to tell you. But just a really good human, was involved with our church, was involved with me. Okay. All she ever wanted was to be a mom. I mean, my mom had 6 miscarriages before she actually had me.
Oh, wow.
And then 2 after. So it wasn't easy being my mom, but she still made it look easy. And she was so sweet and kind. And everybody would say, you know, her smile would light up a room. And that wasn't one of those cliche after they're gone, like, oh, her smile. She genuinely was such a beautiful person inside and out. Like, I still think that she's the most beautiful person I've ever met in my life. Yeah. So just a good person.
So you're 7, she meets a new boyfriend.
She meets a guy, and from the get-go, I did not like him. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but something deep down just told me that this is not, you don't like him. You don't like him. And I would act out on it. Like, it didn't have anything to do with, oh, my mom's dating again, I don't want her to. Because she had dated other people. Yeah. And I was like, whatever, fine. But this particular person just gave me, bad vibes. Like bad vibes. Yeah. You just know. And I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. So they had dated for, do you want me to dive in? Am I going?
Go.
Let's go. Full throttle.
Run with it.
So they had dated for about 6 years. And the whole time, I guess after the first maybe 6 months or a year.
Yeah. Was he living with you guys?
He was.
Okay.
Yep, he was. So he was abusive, physically, mentally, emotionally.
To
all
both of you?
Not physically to me.
Yeah.
There's only so much trauma that you can really take as a young child anyways, like visually taking it in. I had my rounds with him, but I wasn't scared of him for my sake.
Right.
I didn't back down. You know, I distinctly remember in our old farmhouse, we had a round table in our kitchen, and we got into it about something, and I was like, that's fine, I'll just call the cops on you. And I pulled our wall phone off the wall, and I had pulled it up, and he was like, no, you won't. And he like chased me around with the cord in my hand, long cord, like he'd go this way and I'd go this way. I'd keep the table in between us the whole time. He goes, you think you're funny? I said, I know I'm funny. I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
I really will. And he backed off. Like any confrontation back at him.
He backed down.
Yeah. So that was one of the times that I remember. And then another time my mom had a bayliner boat, and I remember being in the middle of the bay, and they got into it. And I was on the very front of the boat, and I saw another boat, and I started just waving my hands. And the other boat thought I was just waving, so they're waving back at me. Were they into it
like physically?
No, not yet.
Just going at it.
But it always
verbally.
did.
Yeah.
It always did. And she never laid a hand on him, but he always laid hands on her.
Yeah.
I mean, she was the typical battered woman wearing sunglasses when she shouldn't, long sleeves when she shouldn't. Like, signs were all there. So I'm sitting there waving down or whatever, and he comes up and he yanks me off the front. And I was like, don't touch me. Like, don't touch me. Do not touch me. We get back to the dock, and he immediately takes off. Like, he's such a coward, you know, such a coward. So cowardly and just nasty human.
How old were you at this?
Probably a little bit older, probably maybe 10 at that point.
Yeah.
I was getting a little bit more ballsy about me.
Yeah.
So that was just another occurrence. It happened often. I hated Disney for a long time because our Disney trip was ruined. He pulled over on the side of a highway. I don't remember what highway it was. We were halfway there, and he yanked her out of the car by her hair and started beating her on the side of the road.
Jesus.
Like, was just super violent.
Yeah.
Why didn't I tell anybody? Well, you're a kid, and your mom says don't say anything. You don't say anything. That's why. Sure. I know that those questions are going to be asked. It's the tale as old as time. And why didn't she leave? I don't know. I'll never know, and I'll never understand why. But I can tell you that by the end of the story, you'll see why most women don't.
Yeah.
So around it was 2005 when the big occurrence happened. But I remember our first Christmas. My mom built a house behind that old farmhouse that my parents had moved into, knocked down that farmhouse. And at that time, I had told my mom, I'm done. Like, either you leave him or I'm going to go move in with Dad.
Yeah.
And she knew I was really serious because I didn't necessarily get along with my stepmom at the time.
Yeah.
We had very different views on me and my dad, and there was a lot of jealousy involved, I believe, and there was a lot of miscommunication involved. So we did not see eye to eye. So I really did not want to live there. And I hated going there because I always thought that I would come home and I'd come home to my mom not being alive.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm not there, nobody can protect her. So when I made that threat, she knew I was serious. Like, if I don't leave him, then she's gone. And all she ever wanted was to be mom. Yeah. So I was taking that away from her.
And life with your dad was good. It was just a stepmom you were concerned with.
My dad was great. Not as involved as I would have loved, but I don't know if that was because I was so standoffish. Like, I'll never know looking back on that. Right. Super involved now, like great grandfather, but just back then a lot of things were in motion that I think.
For sure, yeah.
I think my dad was playing devil's advocate a lot. I mean, he was married and had a whole new family, had children. I have siblings. So, like, there was a lot of, like, let's keep the peace type thing.
Oh, juggling.
Yeah, a lot of juggling, a lot of things that were in motion, and he was trying to make sense of it. But there was definitely a lot of targeting for me.
Gotcha.
So, when I made the threat, my mom obviously knew that was not going to be good for me. It wasn't going to be good for her, and she wanted me. She wanted me to be with her. So, when we moved into our new house, the boyfriend did not move with us.
She cut it off.
He, I remember, had come back when we had moved in, and he was at the bottom of the stairs, and I said a lot of words I should not have said at that age, but I had heard a lot of words I shouldn't have heard at that age.
Yeah, I got you.
Because of the life I was living. So I remember yelling down the stairs, "Get the F out. You are not welcome here. I will call the police on you. You need to go now."
This is when you were 13?
This is probably this is definitely straight up 13 because we were only in that house. We had our first Christmas in that house. So we were probably only in it for maybe October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Gotcha. So we hadn't even been in this house a year.
Very short period.
Yep, a very short period of time. So, but we had been in living like, I mean, I remember our first Christmas there and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best Christmas ever.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there.
So life was like really good.
It was really good. Yeah. It was really good.
And you and your mom's relationship was really good. And
well, my mom and I really never had a bad. I mean, I was a teen girl, so I'm sure that she thought that typical. I hated her. But I mean, we had a great relationship. My mom was my best friend. I mean, if I had a bad day, she'd be like, "Let's go get a coffee at." And, you know, she would get a coffee. I would get a cappuccino from the machine at Wawa. Some Trident gum, and we'll drive around and we'll talk about it. Like that's the relationship that we had, even as a young teen. Like it was always open conversation. I just felt like I could talk to her about anything and she could listen and wouldn't be judgmental about it. Yeah. And I mean, my mom's alcohol talk was like, I know that people are going to offer it to you. Like, I just prefer that one day when that happens, you come to me first and you can try it out here at the house so you know how it affects you first.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, that's the type of parent she was. It wasn't like, oh, don't do that. And then you do it.
It makes you want to do it. Right. Yeah.
So, just for, I don't drink now. So I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
She did great. So like, yeah, we had a great relationship, but everything was like, it seemed great until it didn't. So she got a phone call from the ex-boyfriend's work.
Okay.
And they were like, have you heard from him? And she said, I mean, no, we haven't been together for quite some time. I haven't heard from him. And they were like, well, he's gone missing. Like, he's nowhere to be found.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, cool, great. And I can think back on a conversation and I say life with us was great. He was still calling and threatening her. Like, he was being malicious and nasty but like, he wasn't there, you know, like it was at a distance. He wasn't
showing up all the time?
No. We had somebody stay with a gun on our couch for probably the first 3 weeks after they broke up.
You guys were that concerned? Yeah.
Yeah, we were that concerned.
Okay.
I mean, he told her, I mean, I could hear the conversation. He was like, I'll blow your brains out.
Jesus.
He said, if I can't have you, nobody can.
All right. Well,
yeah. I mean, textbook.
Yeah.
Verbatim is what he was doing. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we've watched movies about this. Like, I'm living this, and this is like a Hallmark movie.
She didn't report any
Not
of this
the good kind.
to the police or anything at that time?
She did. So we actually went to the Delaware State Police together because she didn't want to. She thought it would escalate things. And I was like, nope, we've got to. This has been almost 21 years ago.
Yeah.
At the time, they were like, I mean, you can do it, but it's not going to do anything. You can file a restraining order, or PFA. But it's not going to do anything. Like, it's a piece of paper.
Yeah, he'll violate it.
He's going to violate it. Like, he's probably already has. You know what I mean? Like, multiple times. And the piece of paper is not going to do anything but piss him off.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, still do it. Still do it. And my mom was like, they just told you that it's not going to do anything. They don't even have the police force, even if we wanted them to sit at our house all the time, do ride-bys. Like, it's just not. Yeah. They made it very clear that, like, that wasn't something that would help.
Yeah.
I guess the only time that really does help, and I don't want to discourage anybody from doing that. If you are in a situation where you are in a domestic violence,
this is your experience.
Please do it. Like, get it on record, whatever. Like, take as much action as you can. But in this particular situation, 21 years ago,
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, yes, we had done it. We had gone. We had tried to make a record of it, but again, that doesn't help unless he doesn't do what he did. So, they had called and they were like, whatever, he hasn't shown up or whatever. She gets off the phone and I was like, he's planning something. I mean, even at 13, I was wise enough, lived this life long enough that I was like, he's planning something.
Yeah, and she everything's like, adding up.
Yeah. Right. She was like, I know. And I said, well, what are we going to do? She was like, there's nothing we can do. I mean, she's right. What are we going to do? Go and hide?
Yeah, right.
For what, the rest of our lives until he finally gets over himself? So we were just hyper vigilant. We just made sure that we always knew what was going on, where each other were, Well, that all came to a halt on May 7th, 2005 at about 4 a.m. I had a friend over. She was having a sleepover, and he had parked in the Allen's parking lot behind our house.
Yeah.
It was a distance. I mean, it wasn't literally behind our house.
Yeah,
but
a couple hundred yards or something. Yeah.
Yep. So he had parked back there and walked all the way in to the back door. We had a slider. He shot through the back glass door, killed my dog, proceeded up the stairs. When I heard the shots at the back door, I'm only giving you what I know and remember and can piece together. I wasn't down there. I don't know the actual series that happened downstairs.
You were
Nobody
upstairs.
Does. We were all upstairs.
Asleep.
It was 4 a.m.
Everybody was upstairs.
Yeah, we were all asleep, knocked out. As soon as I heard the first shot, I literally sprung up and distinctly remember saying, "He's here."
Wow.
I grabbed my friend. She goes, "What's going on?" I said,
knew what it was
"Shut up."
and everything.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. I grabbed her and I yanked her into my closet and we shut the door after I had shut the bathroom door that connects to the hallway, locked it, shut my bedroom door, locked it, pulled her into the closet and shut the doors behind us. And we just sat on the ground. She's sitting there crying like she doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, I still feel terrible about it. Like this poor girl has fallen into this and did nothing, has no idea what's going on. I hear him come up the stairs. He goes immediately into my mom's room, and I hear him bap, 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 bap. So he...
And your mom's in there with...
My mom's in there with her new boyfriend, yeah.
Okay.
She has been dating somebody for a little while now. And he's staying the night this night. So he goes in, shoots him first.
What kind of gun did he have?
A handgun? I don't know what kind.
I wasn't know if it was like a shotgun.
No, I do know handgun because I'll get to that in a second.
All right.
He shoots him and it's immediate. He shoots him in the head and then shoots my mom. From what I was told, because again, was not there. I was 13 at the time. This is my understanding of where the bullet hit. She goes to get up out of the bed. He shoots her. It goes through the arm, through here, and hits spine. She falls into the corner and is immobilized.
Right.
She cannot move. My mom starts screaming for me to get out. She's like, "Brittany, get out, get out, get out. Brittany, my daughter, Brittany." And then he knows I'm home.
Shit.
So it's not like she meant to tell on me.
Yeah,
but
she didn't know. She was
knows.
trying to get you out of there. Yeah.
So he comes and he kicks the door into my bedroom and he's screaming in there. He goes, "If you want to live, you better get the F out of this house now." I stay put. He sits, you can hear like commotion. He goes back into her room. He's yelling and I go, "This is our opportunity." So I pull the doors open and I pull
How far
her
is their
behind
room from where you are?
So
like right next to
the
it?
stairs are here. My room's here. The stairs are what separate. Her door is here.
Gotcha.
Stairs here. Mine's this way. Okay. There's a very small nook upstairs in the center, like just
so
a
if you come out in
tiny
the
hallway
he'd
for
be able
doors.
to see you if you come out in the hallway.
So
for the most part.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like it depends like which way he's
at.
looking and standing in her room. Yes. Yeah. Like if he were standing at her door, he could definitely see me. So I pushed her my friend down the stairs first. And I go to step down 3 stairs and he's behind me. He shines the flashlight in my face and points the gun at my face. And he goes, oh my gosh, I forget what he says to my face. I know that he's hit. My mom is yelling. Oh no, I say, "Don't you effing touch her." I was talking about my mom. I did not know that she was shot at the time.
Yeah.
Because she's still talking.
Right.
I said, "Don't you effing touch her. Do not hurt her." And he goes, "This is a night you'll remember for the rest of your life." And my mom's screaming, "He's going to kill me." And he goes, "Am I allowed to cuss on here?"
Sure.
He goes, "Damn right, bitch. I told you I'd fucking kill you." Or no, damn right, bitch. I told you I'd fucking blow your brains out.
While you're standing there.
Mm-hmm. And as
he turns, your friend is with you.
She's with me. Yeah. She's in front of me. So stairs here. She's here. I'm here. He's at the top. And in my head, I'm like, I have to. I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, I have to be able to see his face because if I make it out of here, the police are going to ask me who did it, and I have to say I saw him.
Yeah.
So he's got the flashlight in my face, and you, as a police officer, know like you've blinded that person. They cannot see you on that other end.
Yeah.
So I do this, and I look around, and I was like, "That's it." He turns to say, "Damn right," and I say, "Go." We bolted down the stairs out the front door.
He didn't fire or anything at you?
No.
He let you go?
No, surprisingly, no. I don't know if it was just so much chaos. If it was, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I don't recall it. No. did not shoot at me because there was no mention of that in any police report. And I don't recall hearing the shots either. We get out to the road and my friend, I'm all the way to this is set back because remember there was a house in front of it so we're set off the road. I get to the sidewalk and I turn around and my friend's on the front side. She goes, "What's going on?" And I go, "Fucking run."
Wow.
So she runs to me. We run across the street to a friend's house. I knock on the back door. I'm like banging on it. They know. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood at this point knows that he was abusive. Like, they're like, "Why did it end?" You know, and we're like, "Well, he was beating the crap out of her all these years." Yeah. And, you know, in the newspaper, everybody's, well, sorry, I'll get back to that. So I cross over the road, knock on the back of the door. They answer immediately. And I'm like, "Rob's here. He's got a gun. He's going to kill her. I think he's killed Frank." Oh, can you blank that out?
Yeah, we can take care of that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I think that he's already killed Mom's boyfriend. Like I think that it's done. I don't know what's going on, but he's over there. And immediately they've got a phone by the door, on the wall, and they're talking. And I'm like, "You've got to get somebody here. You've got to get somebody here." You know, they pull us inside because I'm like, "What if he's chasing us?" You know, like I'm not even. Yeah. We didn't look back.
Sure. Yeah.
After I called my friend off the front steps, there was no looking back. So I go and we sit in their front room, and from their front room, it was catty cornered. It wasn't directly across the street, so I could see. And I was like, they had the curtains open, so we're looking at, and all of a sudden you see this blaze of light, and I was like, "Is that my house?" And everybody looks, and my house is on fire.
Oh man!
So he had brought a gallon, I don't know, 5-gallon thing of gas with him. And he had used an extinguisher to set the entire upstairs on fire with my mom still inside. And at that time, I didn't know that she hadn't gotten out. I didn't know that he was still alive. I didn't know anything. So I'm like, "Oh my God." I start panic, freak out to go run and go across the street. The police have arrived. And the first person that arrives is my step-sibling's dad.
Oh, wow.
So he's first on scene, and they can't get in the door because the blaze is just it's so hot. It's taken over the whole house by now. Like, there's no way in.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You've got to get in. Like, she's in there. She's in there. She's in there." Freaking out from, again, still in the living room. Nobody's let me outside. They're like, if she goes, like, she's gone.
Yeah.
My dad I don't know if somebody phoned him, if somebody went and got him, I forget. He's told me what the occurrence was, but by the time he got to me, like, the blaze was out, and I was like, "We need to protect the boyfriend's family." Like, the new boyfriend had kids and, you know, an ex-wife, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "We have to make sure that, like, he's not going to take it out on them too. Like, you need to tell them, like, make sure that you get somebody at their house." And my dad pulls me out of the living room, and he pulls me into their dining room area, and he sits me down in a chair, and he goes, "Is there anything else that you remember?" And I said, "No, I've told them everything that I remember." And he goes, "Because he killed your mom." And that's when, I mean, I don't think I could ever replicate. And like now watching scary movies or sad movies and everything, I'm like, that's such a fake scream, because the scream that came out of me, like the absolute helpless no, was like piercing. My dad tells me all the time he'll never be able to unhear the scream that I let out, because in my mind, in my 13-year-old mind, my mom was alive. Yeah. Like, my mom obviously got out of the house fire. Like, you know, I could hear her talking when I left the stairs. Why wouldn't she be alive?
Do you remember that scream?
I do. I remember distinctly my dad bringing me out, sitting me down I can see the room, I can see the chair, and I not only screamed, I fell to my knees in front of him. Like, he was bent down in front of me, and I fell to my knees into him, screaming and sobbing. I remember it distinctly. And I was like, I want my friends. Like, I want my friends.
Yeah.
And I was at my friend's house. So, like, my friends came in and they hugged me. And, you know, I was like, how did this happen? Like, why? You know, you just still don't believe that you're living this. You're almost like, just wake me up.
Right.
Wake me up, please, because this is not something that I want to be here for. And then the next thing, like, it was 4 a.m. So by that time, like when it happened, by that time, I guess it was like, I mean, the sun was up.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole town had corralled down there.
For sure.
I mean, it was a small town. It's a small town still. Harbison is not anything poppin'. So when something happened, like, everybody knew.
Yeah.
So everybody was out front of where the news broadcasters were and everything. You know, they're like, what's going on? And I walk out the front, and all I remember is somebody saying, oh, that poor child. And I said, I want to go see my brother. So we walked down to the cemetery at the end of the road. And I told him, I was like, Mommy's coming to be with you for now. You know, I'll be there again one day, but like, just show her the ropes, you know, tell her what to do. And
you did that morning, right after?
Did it right after.
Wow.
Walked right down barefoot. It was cold. It was May, so it was like not freezing, but it was still cold.
Yeah.
It was a cold morning, and I remember my feet being cold, and I didn't remember it being cold until the walk back. And I told my dad, I was like, my feet are cold. You know, you're just in such
shock.
Yeah. I mean, what kid is like, I want to go talk to my brother?
Yeah, right.
After like, my brain was like, I gotta let him know that Mom's coming home.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd also said, you know, like, make sure my grandparents are okay. You know, like, he hated them. Like, you know, he hated all of us. Come to find out, so they did not find him. You know, he was not still there. My mom did end up dying because of, I guess the autopsy ended up saying gunshot wound to what I said.
Yeah.
And smoke inhalation. So my mom was alive when the fire was set. And all I can think about is how I hope it was the smoke inhalation that did it first.
Yeah.
But knowing that there was an accelerant, it's very hard to believe that there wasn't flame before there was smoke inhalation.
Yeah.
I immediately went to my dad's house. They had not found him yet.
Okay.
So they were concerned about my safety. So they had an officer posted at my dad's house until later that evening when my dad came in and he said, they found him. And I was like, okay, well, he did the most cowardly thing he could have done. Mm-hmm. They found him on the side of the road in Snow Hill, on the side of the road in his car, and he had taken his own life.
Yeah.
And all I thought in that moment was, why?
Yeah.
Why do all that just to kill yourself? Because he wanted to create the most panic, the most outrage, the most, like, I guess, I don't know, carnage in his wake.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, he did it his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Why end on a different note?
Yep.
So he ended up taking his own life. And it just felt like easy.
Yeah.
I was like, that was way too easy for you.
Were you somewhat glad that he was gone?
I mean, I was relieved that, like, I didn't have to worry about him coming back. But in the same breath, I was like, I wanted somebody to find him, beat his knees in first. Like, make him suffer. Like, he made us suffer for years. Yeah. This was not one night of terror. This was the last 7 years of my life.
Yeah.
I was almost 14 when it happened. So my mom was killed on May 7th. My birthday was May 12th. Mother's Day was, like, May 9th.
Yeah.
And her funeral was the day after my birthday. Like, that was the worst birthday of my life. And I'll never, ever have a worse hope.
Yeah.
Because it can get worse.
For sure.
I have children now. So.
Yeah.
But it was awful. I mean, the way that he did it, I just felt like I had been robbed of
everything.
Retribution. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally lost everything in one night. My house was gone. Everything I'd ever known was gone. And my mom, above all, was gone. Just like that. And I guess I rest knowing that the last thing I said to my mom was, good night, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, at least it wasn't, I hate this house. Or I hate
some
stupid teenage regret.
Yeah.
So I do rest in knowing that. The aftermath was that, they search his house and they find a suicide letter, and we were all supposed to be dead. So they think that my moment of messing up, that he was going to come in and just do it all at once, and confronting him changed the whole path of the night.
Threw him off.
It just threw him off.
So he wrote in a note that he was going to kill you too.
I was supposed to go. My grandparents were supposed to go. My aunt was supposed to go.
Wow.
He was taking us all out.
Yeah, I would say you probably threw him off.
Just a wrench in the plan.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Wow. How did your friend make out?
Admittedly, I did not stay in the best contact. I mean, we went to the same school.
Yeah.
This happened on a Saturday into Sunday morning, and I was at school Monday morning.
Oh, you went right back?
I went right back.
Was it high school at that point?
It was 8th grade.
8th grade?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was in middle school. I just wanted my life to seem normal.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people then didn't get that. I got grief from people I didn't even know. They're like, oh, she's not even sad her mom died. I'm like, no, I just like...
I understand it.
I lived through hell.
Yeah.
7 years of hell. And I'm finally like, he's gone, but like, yeah, she's gone. But she doesn't have to worry about him anymore.
Did you catch anything at school? Were people saying anything to you? Teachers or kids or?
So no, I have a little bit of a reputation of being like a little rough.
Yeah.
I don't think people were going to say, I've never laid hands on anybody, but I'll tell you how I feel.
Right,
so
yeah.
I don't think anybody really wanted to get into it with me. So there wasn't any direct. The person that did say something was from another school, didn't know me.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I'll meet you. Let's meet.
Yeah.
You want me to show you how upset I am? I'll show you how upset I am. It was just a little bit of rage.
For sure, yeah.
Never met up with me, obviously. And apologized. But just no. I mean, there was no fight. They wanted to take me out of the cafeteria and have lunches in the counselor's room. And I was like, I did it for like twice, and I was like, I don't like this. This is making it worse. You're making me feel different.
You want to be normal.
You're casting me as I came back because I want to be normal, not because I want to eat lunch with the school counselor.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
So they were like, well, would it be better if you like had a couple friends eat in here with you? I was like, I mean, we could try it, but I'd really rather just be in the cafeteria with all of my friends.
Yeah.
So they were pulling kids out of their classes because we didn't have the same lunch, as long as they were my friend, to have lunch with me in the counselor's office. And I was like, this is so stupid.
Did your friends care? Were they like, okay?
I mean, they were like, if it's helping her, I don't care. Like, they didn't care at all. They were very supportive. Did you have lunch with your friend
that was with you? Were you still talking? Or was that kind of like
she would occasionally come in. But
Wait,
after middle school into high school, there was not much of a relationship there at all. And I don't know if it had to do with, or if it was just like, typical teenage drifting.
You get older and you go different groups.
Yeah. Yep. I know that she's doing well. I think she's a nurse.
Oh, cool.
I know she's got her own kid and she's married.
Yeah.
So
we don't talk much now.
Yeah. No, we don't talk at all now.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of my friends that I was friends with in middle school, I still talk to.
Yeah.
But most of them aren't even here anymore. Most aren't even here in the state anymore. So
yeah, moved away. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can tell you that they were my lifeline. My friends were. I mean, probably selfishly, and I probably should have been with like an actual therapist, but they are what kept me sane.
Did you ever do any therapy?
I went to it was very short term. I never really found somebody that I loved.
Yeah.
Until the last one I saw her, I don't know, just a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like this.
Back then?
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any recently, but I mean, I think everybody probably could use some therapy, but
I 100%
probably could use some therapy. Yeah. But no, I don't see anybody now. Yeah. I did like the one. It was like talking to a friend. You know, it didn't seem very medical.
Yeah.
I don't know. They wanted to put me on Wellbutrin and something else because I was having a hard time sleeping. Wellbutrin was like for in the day, and then they wanted to put you on something for helping sleep, which obviously I was having a hard time staying asleep, I think is what the problem was. And I weaned myself off of it. Seroquel. Okay. I weaned myself off of it because I started to feel numb during the day. And then I started reading up on Seroquel, and I didn't I was,
Yeah, yeah.
I was old enough to do some research and be like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is why I feel weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they had me on double the dose for sleeping. And I was
Okay.
like, I should probably lean back on this. So I slowly cut my pills back until I just didn't need it anymore. So.
Was it sleeping? Were you having nightmares or anything? Or?
I don't recall nightmares. I just
Yeah.
think that I was just having a hard time,
Anxious
anxiety probably.
Yeah.
I'm definitely still an anxious person in general.
Yeah.
Hyper aware of like my surroundings. When we're in a room, I'm probably acting like a cop, honestly. Because when we're in a room, I'm like, there's the exits. If somebody comes in there, we're going out there. If this happens, we're going out there. You know, I've got 3 kids now, so I'm like, this is how we do that. Constantly aware of like what's next. Yeah. Thank God I married a cop because he's also on the same page. And we're able to like logistically figure it out in our minds that this is what's happening. Yeah. You know. I don't love sitting with my back to the door, but like I'm like, fine.
That's why in the
you
studio,
don't want your back to the door, it's fine.
I chose to sit here because the door's over there.
So I don't love that, but I will definitely let him lead my family.
Yeah.
So it was life-changing.
Is there anything like visually that stands out that you still think about or still see?
Like about the night? Mm-hmm. Really, I think it was like the next day when, maybe it wasn't the next day, maybe it was like a couple days later when I was able to go back to the house and see it. I'm not crying. I have allergies. When I was able to go back to the house and kind of walk around and you see all of your stuff just... Yeah. I mean, the house didn't burn down. Don't think of it like on the ground, but the entire upstairs, like you could see the inside
fire start
from
upstairs?
the outside.
You started upstairs?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it did. He had poured the accelerant in upstairs. The master bedroom.
Gotcha.
And I think out to the hallway so that he could light it from the hallway.
Probably. Yeah.
So like that was the biggest portion, but there was so much debris from water and them breaking the ceiling open doing all of the recovery stuff that everything was ruined. I mean, the smoke destroyed whatever the water didn't and whatever the fire didn't. There were some things downstairs that I was able, like I have a couple of my mom's things, like jewelry things that like they need to be cleaned or whatever.
For sure,
and for a long time, metal holds the smell of fire. So my husband is also a volunteer firefighter. If he comes home from a house fire, I'm like, you have got to go get a shower immediately. Yeah. It is so disturbing. It's not like it brings back horrible, but I'm like,
Yeah, but you don't like you still think about it.
It takes me right back to that night. Any other fire, like it is a distinct smell, and if you're a firefighter, you know what I'm talking about.
Like
there are different smells.
Or anything like that. Yeah.
A house fire has a very specific smell, and it is grotesque. Especially if it like brings you back to a certain time in your life.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep. I do now struggle a little bit with like I'll check the stove knobs 300 times before I go to bed. Make sure they're off. Yeah. Unplug things before we leave for vacation. Yeah. Like I'm like, what if it starts a fire? Like I have more anxiety with that type of thing, and I don't like jump scare. Anything loud jump scare, like I'm like, I will knock you out. My instant reaction is to punch.
Oh, okay.
So like, don't come around the corner and try to scare me because I'm going to swing.
Yeah. So I know you guys hunt.
Little PTSD probably. I have been with him. If I know it's coming, I'm fine. Like the shots do not, nothing.
Just nothing startling.
Hunting season doesn't bother me. Fireworks don't bother me because as much as we like to say that it is triggering, they don't sound like gunshots to me.
Right.
They don't. They echo differently. Yeah. They're higher. The way that it comes in is different. Like that's not a gunshot. It's
just the unexpected noise, loud.
The unexpected loud noise that like makes you, if you were sitting there and you went, whoo. Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah.
At all. And I think that comes from that initial like wake up call.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it does. What else would it come from? Not anybody loves being scared, but it gives me, I literally feel almost like a heat wave and then like a chill up your spine, and instant reaction is like to put up a fist.
So that happens. Where do you go from there? Do you go to your dad's?
So immediately following, my dad worked in construction.
Okay.
I didn't really have my own room at my dad's house. There were 5 kids. So we shared. And at that time they were like, we feel like the girls need their own space not shared. Like, I shared a room specifically with my youngest sibling.
Okay.
So there was a crib in my room, and they were waking up crying in the middle. That
Yeah.
still, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, they were like, we feel like you need your own space. So he worked with contractors for our calls. They turned the garage into 2 more bedrooms and, like, a storage space instead of it being a drive-in garage. That obviously doesn't happen overnight. I did not move in with my dad right away. I moved in with some friends that I actually wasn't even that friends with when
it happened. Yeah.
I guess it just seemed like at least I could still be with friends. At least I could still get to school because, like, they were still going to the school all the time, and I'd never stayed at our house before. Like,
Oh, wow.
but they welcomed me in with open arms, and super sweet family. I was with them. I don't actually remember how long I was with them.
Yeah.
I guess however long it took to get the room built.
Was your dad still with the stepmom that you didn't get along with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They were still together. So I moved in with Dad, and he lived in Ocean View. So he was not in Sussex Central School District.
Yeah.
They let me school of choice, obviously. And I lived with him. I want to say I stayed with the friend through the end of 8th grade. May, June, that little ending.
Rest of the school year,
the rest of the school year. And then come that summer, I had moved in with my dad because it was done and it was ready for us to move in. So I think that's that course of events I don't really remember. And I think I have a lot of memories like that. I think that my body has just forced a recovery of, like, we don't revisit that.
Yeah, trauma.
Yeah. Like, it's like a trauma response that I've forgotten a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I just let them be forgotten and not do too much with it. But I think that that's how long I was there. And then I moved in with Dad, and I stayed with him through the summer, a little bit of my freshman year, because I was able to get a ride with one of the teachers that worked at the school. She would pick me up in the mornings and she would take me, and then, like, it was like a trade-off. I think Dad picked us up or whatever. Yeah. And that worked for a little while until it didn't. I was like, I don't love this. I don't get to see my friends on the weekends. I don't get to see them at all. You know, I'm having a hard time doing extra curriculars because I have to find rides and you have to come get me. And it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot for them. They've got a child that's living with them full time now on top of their children that were already living with them. And it's not, you know, I wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
And I was. Once I was able to be involved, I was. I deep dove into keeping myself busy all the time.
Yeah. Sports and everything
else. Yeah. So I moved in with my aunt who lived in Milton, which was still not Sussex Central School District, but she was able to get me to a friend's house every morning that would take me the rest of the way. So I did. I ended up living with my mom's sister right over here. And I stayed with her until I built my own apartment in the back of her historic house. It was in a carriage house. And then eventually bought my own house in Milton, used that house and have the house that I have now, and then a farm.
How old were you when you bought your first house?
20.
Early 20s?
One?
Okay, young.
Yeah, 21, maybe 22. I mean, unfortunately, when you lose your parent young, they lived the life they did, and they knew that something terrible might happen. They have a life insurance policy. So I ended up with not only that, but my community. This community is so fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. They put out, GoFundMe was not a thing 21 years ago.
Then, yeah.
But there was still GoFundMe in this community, and they did. They funded me. I mean, they came up with a really substantial amount of money so that I didn't have to worry. So that I didn't have to worry. At least substantial for then. You know what I mean? I was, 13, 14? There's not a whole lot that you need. You still have parents. It's not.
Yeah.
But Mom had a life insurance policy that I was able to buy my first house with, and I did.
Man, that's great.
And I held on to it until then. I have a great financial, what are they called? Financial advisor.
Yeah.
I've had the same financial advisor since I was 18.
Yeah.
Probably before that. But I was able to start talking to her at
Yeah.
18 on my own behalf.
Yeah.
So a lot of weird stuff that happened after was just relationship-wise with family members. I mean, money makes people a little funky.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
How were you after that, you know, going into high school as far as like dating boys and stuff? How was that? Were you kind of hesitant with all that? Because
I
of your
had a
experience?
boyfriend when it happened. I mean, I
Okay.
was in 8th grade. It was
Yeah,
a silly
yeah.
boyfriend at the time, but I had the same boyfriend through my sophomore year of high school.
Oh, okay.
His family is absolutely amazing. They were super supportive. I can't say that I would be the same if, you know, that happened to
Yeah.
my daughter's boyfriend. Like, I'd be like, I'm so sorry that happened, but like, that's a lot of drama.
Yeah. We're backing out of that.
We're going to back out of that one. No,
They
like,
stuck with you. Yeah.
stuck with me all the way. I mean, super great. Took me on like a girls' trip with the daughter and her and the
Oh, wow,
grandmother
yeah.
to Cape May. Like, just really good people. Also a really good big part of why I think everything smoothly transitioned for me.
Yeah.
They were super cool with like coming to my dad's house and like doing birthdays together, and my dad was cool with like us going there, and you know, really supportive. Just the type of people that you hope your daughter or son has in their corner.
Yeah.
We obviously did not go past sophomore year, and I had like a couple other boyfriends. I had another serious boyfriend my senior year who I dated through college. My freshman and kind of into sophomore year, I believe, is when that kind of fizzled. But
Nothing really affected
I
you
wasn't
with
like,
those? Yeah.
no, it wasn't. No, I knew that it was isolated.
Yeah.
I mean, I had enough great men in my life to show me that not all men are that. Like, there
Yeah.
are bad. That's like this whole LEO thing. Oh, they're all bad. Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, and not one apple spoils the whole bunch. I'm
Right.
sorry. That's just not how that works.
Yeah.
There's a bad apple. And
Everywhere.
that was a bad
Yeah.
apple.
Yeah.
That was a rotten to the core. But I never felt that all men were like that.
Yeah. How was this like when it happened? What was your faith like? I know you're a strong Christian now. Like, what was it like back then? Not a thing, or
So when it happened, we were heavily involved in our church.
okay?
I was in youth group. I was actually set up to go on a mission trip. My mom was going to go with me
Oh wow. Okay.
like the following month. And she was like one of the leaders of the group, if you will.
Yeah.
Very involved. I mean, super, like, it was actually in some of the newspaper clippings how involved she was with our church.
Oh.
After the event happened, I still went on the mission trip. My mom obviously did not. And when I got back, you know, the church wanted me to do I'm not going to tell you what church, but I'm going to tell you that this particular church did not do what they should have done in crisis. So when I got back, they were like, we want you to write a thank you letter to the church for funding the trip. And I was like, can somebody else do it? I had done it the year before. Like, not everybody does it every year. You like pick certain people to do it. I was like,
Yeah.
I had done it the year before. I don't want to thank this church.
Yeah.
His family was a member of the church. The guy who killed my mom's
Gotcha.
family was members of the church. Very big members of the church.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not thanking the church.
Did you see them regularly after this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Was
like,
there
I'm
any
not
conversation
thanking
there
the
with
church.
that?
So they believed that it was my mom's fault.
Okay.
The one brother went as far as coming and knocking on my aunt's door and saying, you know, it's your sister's fault that this happened.
Wow.
I mean, just a really nasty family.
Okay, yeah.
Really, really nasty family.
It's your mom's fault that he
he
above and
killed her.
beyond to kill her and burn down the
and
house.
another human being that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it sounds okay.
Very malicious family, like just nasty people, not people that I wanted to be around anyway.
Yeah, right.
You get this. So we'll go back to when I first met him. There was a sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a strong sense. And it was right. So sometimes we just have to listen to what our body is telling us.
Listen to your gut.
Listen to your gut. So there is one member of the family who was a judge, I believe, and was absolutely fantastic. He came across me in the grocery store after it happened. He said, "Are you Brittaney?" And I said, "I am." He was like, he told me who he was. And I said, "Oh." He said, "If you need anything, you let me know." He said, I'm so sorry to hear what happened to your mom. I loved her.
Oh, wow.
She was a good lady. So, again, not every apple is bad, but most of that family is.
Yeah.
That is a bad bunch. So they were in the church, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to get up and say, thank you so much for your contributions to our mission trip.
I wouldn't either.
Number one, I came up with my own funds. They didn't fund me. They funded other people. Maybe they funded some of the things that I did, but like that aside, like let's pick somebody else.
Yeah, I would say it makes common sense to let somebody else do that.
And they made me feel really cruddy about not doing it. And it kind of like they fizzled out on me. They weren't, and I mean, there was no fault. How are you doing? None of that. It was weird. Like, I'm like, why do I feel like you think that
Like they're blaming you.
Yeah, like that I did something or my family did something. Like, we're to blame for this. Even if there was no blame to be had, like, you're not making me feel welcome. So I stopped going to church. And when I stopped going to church, I started questioning my faith. I was like, why did I pour so much? Why did my mom pour so much into this place? So for a long time, I got confused on the fact that God was church. God is not church.
Yeah.
Sometimes people of the church are bad. God is never bad. But I saw it as he had turned his back on me. You took my mom, and now you've took my church, and we poured all of us into you. You know, we spread your word. We spread your gospel. We did what we were supposed to do as good Christians. And except for the fact that I started questioning it.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, I'm not a Christian anymore. I don't know what this is.
Well, you're
like,
young.
this
You've
is
been
not
through a
like,
lot.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not what I like bought into.
Yeah.
It took me until adulthood to realize that it wasn't God that turned his back on me. God's why I'm alive. I mean, I told you, we're all supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
It's not just a simple 13-year-old kid looking at him and saying, don't you touch her.
Right.
That changed his mind. Something was there that protected me, and it was not my simple words. So I 110% backtracked. I was like, no way. God is who saved me. You can't turn your back on that.
Right.
So while I didn't go back to the church, I did go back to God. Then I did find my faith again. We had started going to a different church when Brian and I got together. We had started, I don't even think that we were married when we started going to the church. We started going to Eagle's Nest.
Okay.
We don't really go to church anymore. We watch Cowboy Church on the couch.
Yep.
I mean, my husband is up at the buck crack of dawn to milk a cow every day. And then it's like, we'll watch Cowboy Church and chill out for a little bit.
Cowboy Church, I like that.
Yeah. It's literally Cowboy, just on the Cowboy channel.
Yeah.
And it's a cowboy preaching, and he's just spreading the word of God. So
All right.
I did find my way back. It took me a long while, but I found my way back. And it's important that I did.
Yeah.
My kids are super involved with our faith.
Good. You make that part of your daily...
They learn Bible, but we don't force anything. I mean, my kids have not been baptized. I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
This particular church was Methodist. I choose non-denominational.
Yeah.
And I don't force any church on. I think that they should know all of the religions and that they should make an educated guess. So or an educated decision on what they believe. And they have chosen on their own at 9 and 6. My 2-year-old doesn't know anything like that yet.
Yeah, sure.
Have chosen on their own that they believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So I should get them baptized now, and they want to get baptized now. But I'm a firm believer in you don't choose for them. That doesn't guarantee anything.
You let them do what they want.
You let them find their way.
Yeah.
I think forcing them can make it so that they never find their way.
Yeah. That's man. It's a rough ride. But you pull through. I mean, look where you are now.
Yeah, my husband is like, you've seen adversity, and I'm like, I don't like to call it adversity. I like to say that, like, you either sink or you swim. You really have no choice.
Yeah.
And my mom would not have wanted to see me fail.
Yeah.
The only option was to swim and was to succeed. So I dove into everything I could. I got straight A's. I got into every college I applied for. I got scholarships and I went to school and I got a degree.
You were headstrong before this. You were pretty headstrong.
You almost have to. I feel like in that situation you have to be. Like if you're trying to protect yourself and you're in turn trying to protect your parent, which should never happen. I'm not like excusing that.
Yeah.
Then you kind of have to be. You kind of like grow up before you should have.
Yeah.
So
if you could go back and tell that 13-year-old version of you one thing, what do you think you would tell her?
Before or after it happened?
Both.
Before, prepare. And after, it gets better.
That's good. I think that'd be good advice.
Yeah, it does get better. And it continues to get better.
Yeah.
As long as you keep working at it.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to come easy. I'm not going to pretend that, like, it came without, No. I mean, I cried.
Yeah.
I definitely had sad days and bad days. I still have. I mean, on the way here.
Bad moments.
On the way here, Jody Messina, I'm All Right came on. The first concert my mom took me to was Beach Boys. But the first concert that I remember going to was a Jody Messina concert with my mom. And we blared that song. And I was like, she knows I'm coming.
Yeah.
She knows I'm coming. She knows I'm doing our story. And she chose I'm All Right.
That's cool.
To share with me.
Yeah.
It came on as I was coming down the road. And it was done the second I pulled in your driveway is when it ended.
Wow. I always tell people we're always going to go through like rough things in our lives, right? And everyone's, it's relative to the person and their story. But sometimes you got to go through some like really horrible things to be where God wants you to be.
Yep.
Or to be the person that you were meant to be, you know? And that's part of your story. That's part of your journey. And it's terrible that it happened, but without that, you wouldn't be who you are or where you are right now, probably.
Nope. No, I wouldn't. I don't know where I would be, and I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, that's the what if game.
Right. Yeah. I definitely don't think it would be this good.
Yeah.
The strong.
Sure.
At least.
Yeah. It's hard to find
much conviction.
It's hard to find good in something like that, but you gotta try your best to look at where you've gotten to in situations like that. Where has it put you? It's terrible that it happened, but you can't do anything about it. You can't prevent it. You can't go back in time. You just have to look forward and see what path that has put you on.
I've always struggled with the why.
Yeah.
Why'd this happen?
Yeah.
Why'd you do this? Why'd you let this happen?
Yeah. The why can be dangerous.
Well, it's not for us.
Yep.
I keep telling it's not for us. The why is not for you to hold. The why is for him to hold. Just let him hold that.
Yeah.
You may not know in your lifetime why that happened.
Yeah.
You just have to know that it happened. And there is a reason, and everything does happen for a reason.
Sure. Yeah.
So if the why is that I get to marry a wonderful man and have beautiful children that change the world, that's a big why.
Yeah. Well, anything you want to add to this story here? Any wise advice for those out there?
Well, if you are in a domestic violence situation, there is out. It doesn't have to end like this. You don't have to wait until it's like this. There are resources that can help you, and please get the help because it doesn't have to be like this. Mm-hmm. And your kids don't have to be without you.
I like it. Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. I know it's
Thank you for having me.
I know it's a tough one, but I know somebody out there is going to get something out of it.
I hope so. I share it openly, and I share it all the time.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.